Good morning students. Today we are going to see lesson 2 part 2 consumption analysis. In this lesson we are going to see about the explain the EQ marginal utility. What is EQ marginal utility? Marshall states a law as if a person has a thing which he have put to several users, he will distribute it among these users in such a way that it has the same marginal utility in all. Marginal utility means the additional utility usefulness which is made to a product. For example, it may be a fruit or vegetable or anything else. For if it had a greater marginal utility in one use than another, he would gain by taking away some of it from the second use and applying it to the first. That if there will be alternative use of two products. Assumptions. The assumptions of EQ marginal utility are the consumer is rational. Rational means he wants limited expense but maximum satisfaction. The price must be less and but his satisfaction must be maximum. The consumer is rational in the sense that he wants to get maximum satisfaction with minimum expenditure. The utility of each commodity is measurable in cardinal numbers. Cardinal numbers means it can be measured. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. The marginal utility of money remains constant. Money means the income remains constant of the consumer. So he will purchase whatever he wants and he satisfies his wants. The income of the consumer is given. There is a perfect competition. In the perfect competition means large number of buyers and sellers and there is a homogeneous product and all the details of the market is given in the imperfect situation. The prices of the commodities are given. So you know the consumer knows the prices of the commodity very well. The law of diminishing marginal utility operates. That is diminishing. We have seen law of diminishing marginal utility. Diminishing means decreasing. Marginal means additional, utility means usefulness. So this is operating in EQ marginal utility also. The explanation. The law can be explained with the help of an example. Suppose a consumer wants to spend his limited income on apple and orange. He is said to be in equilibrium. Equilibrium means what? The demand and supply is equal. Only when he gets maximum satisfaction with his limited income. So he is having a limited income and he is getting the product what he wants and he is satisfied with what he is getting. That is called as he gets maximum satisfaction with his limited income. The law of EQ marginal utility is explained in a tabular column. Units of commodities. They have taken two things, that is apple and orange. The total utility of apple is 25, 45, 63, 78, 88, 98, 92. And marginal utility is 25, 10, 20, 18, 5, 15, 10. So you see the tabular column for the marginal EQ marginal utility. They have taken two products, that is apple and orange. This law can be illustrated with the help of a table. You see the table is here, isn't it? Let us assume that the consumer has given income of 11. He wants to spend his entire income 11 on apple and orange, that is tea. Price of an apple and the price of an orange is 1 each. Now we see the picture for the EQ marginal utility. In diagram x-axis represents the amount of money spent and y-axis you see the picture. In y-axis represent the marginal utility of apple and oranges. Two diagrams are given there but together. One is apple and one is orange. The left side is for apple and the right side was orange respectively. The consumer spends 6 on apple and 5 on orange. The marginal utility of both are equal. That is, you see the diagram. AA1, you see in the left side diagram, AA1 is equal to, you see the right side diagram, BB1. So 4 is equal to 4, hence he gets maximum utility. Maximum utility means maximum satisfaction and usefulness. Now the criticism in practice utility cannot be measured only be felt. That is, it cannot be measured but it can be felt. So I am satisfied with what I am, with my income, I bought the product and I had satisfaction. This law cannot be applied to durable goods. Next we will see about what are the methods of measuring elasticity of demand. What is elasticity of demand? Elasticity of demand means the extension and contraction of demand or the price level and the quantity. Sometimes the price will increase or decrease. The quantity demand will increase or decrease. So that is called as elasticity of demand. You have both your hands together, close your hands. Just you see, extract and contract and see. So when the price level increasing and decreasing, the demand is also increasing and decreasing. In economics, there won't be flow of income or decrease in demand or in price. There are changes in the price, isn't it? So changes in the price, the changes in the demand. According to the price level changes, the demand also changes. When the price level is going up, increasing, the demand will decrease. When the price level is decreasing, the demand will increase. That is called measuring of elasticity of demand. So now we will see the different types of elasticity of demand. First we will see about the percentage method. The percentage method is EP is equal to that. EP is equal to elasticity of price. Percentage is equal to change. The delta form is called as change in quantity by change in price. Actually the formula is price by quantity, and there is change in quantity by change in price. The delta is called as change, okay. It is also known as ratio method. When we measure the ratio as elasticity of percentage is equal to percentage of change in quantity by change in price, where percentage of change Q is equal to percentage change in demand, and percentage change is P, percentage change in price. When the price and demand is changing, this formula can be used. That is, you see the formula. Elasticity of price is equal to percentage by change in quantity by change in price. This is explained. Next one we will see about the total outlay method. Marshall suggested that the simplest way to decide whether demand is elastic or inelastic. Elastic means expanding, inelastic means no changes, that is decreasing, is to examine the change in total outlay of the consumer or total revenue of the firm. Total revenue, the formula is for that. Total outlay method is equal to total revenue is equal to price into quantity sold. TR is equal to P into Q. This is the formula for this total outlay method. We will see that in the tabular column. The price is 150, 125, 100, 100, 75. So the quantity demand, when it is one, as I told you in the previous part itself, I told you, when the price level is decreasing, the quantity will increase. Price level decreases and the quantity increase. When the price level was 150, the quantity demanded was 3. Only 3 products they bought. Then when it is 125, 4 products are bought. When it was 100 rupees, it is bought for 5 products are bought. And when it comes to 75 rupees, 6 products are bought. So you see the total outlay, that is 450. 150 into 3 is equal to 450. 125 into 4 is equal to 500. So you will multiply and you will find the total outlay. So as we saw in the formula, total revenue is equal to price into quantity sold. You see in the tabular column, price into quantity demanded. That is 150 into 3 is equal to 450. 125 into 4 is equal to 500. 100 into 5 is equal to 500. 75 into 6 is equal to 450. So when we are seeing the first two things, the elasticity is lesser than 1. Then the elasticity is equal to 1. Then when next you see the third one, the elasticity is lesser than 1. First one, elasticity greater than 1, equal to 1 and lesser than 1. This is the total outlay method. So everything you have to learn the formula and you will apply it in the formula method. So percentage method, how you will apply? Elasticity of percentage is equal to percentage change in quantity by percentage change in price. So next, total outlay method, you will apply the formula. Total revenue is equal to price into quantity sold. TR is equal to P into Q. It is given in a tabular column. Price, quantity and total outlay and the elasticity. Finding the elasticity. The elasticity is greater than 1 in first situation. That is 450. When the rate is more, the price is more. And next one you see, elasticity is equal to 1. And last one, elasticity is lesser than 1. So the price level is decreasing. Next we will go to the point of geometrical elasticity. When the demand curve is straight line, it is said to be linear. Linear means equal. Graphically, the point elasticity of a linear demand curve is shown by the ratio of the segments of the line to the right, to the left and to the left of a particular point. For this explanation, we will see the diagram. You see the diagram, in x-axis they have the quantity and the y-axis they have the price. So according to the rate, you see, the lower segment is telling Q S is equal to EP, that is elasticity of price is lesser than 1. And next one P you see, elasticity of price is equal to 1. And Q you see, elasticity of price is greater than 1. That is called the upper segment and lower segment. EP is lesser than 1 means lower segment. And lastly, EP is equal to 0 means unitary. With this, we will stop this lesson. And in the next class, we will continue with the third lesson. Thank you, students. God bless you.